And also, just before we get into champ select and start talking about what's going on the screen, exhaust went from 50% to 40%, and it had a little shred added to it. So I think a lot of mid lane assassins might be back into the works.
Coming back in, they get shut down a little bit less by that summoner spell. We'll have to see. I mean, we did get to see, so we got to see a little bit of Talon and Zed in the North American Elves just at the very end there. So could be fun. We're going to see what happens here.
Yeah, you have to take exhaust versus those champions.
Yeah.
The assassin, the team that was facing an assassin that didn't bring exhaust lost those 2 games.
Yeah. Something to keep in mind. Keep your summoner spells. Keep them there in the right place. But we are into picks and bans, of course. Orianna, Aurelia, and Kha'Zix all removed away. Let me move my sheets around. Basically, it's Joki's taking out some bans against his bigger champions. Zayu is a bit of a Kha'Zix player himself, and gonna see what else happens. But Jarvan, Yasuo removed away. Now, the funny thing is, Evelynn, ooh, okay.
Yep.
Rengar right after that.
Yeah, we didn't get to touch on jungle, but the fact that Elise, Lee Sin, and Evelynn all got hit a little bit means that I think the main junglers we're going to be seeing are Jarvan and Rengar. I was talking to you earlier about this.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Kha'Zix got a little bit of a buff, and now people are trying to pick him back up again, and that's exactly what Zayu did, and they noticed that and said, we don't want any of that on the table.
So, but Zayu is still a big Lee Sin main, and Lee Sin I do not see banned unless my eyes deceive me here, so I feel like it's a safe pick for him. You can actually grab that kind of whenever he wants those, so there's not really a rush here. Instead, Reason Gaming. Here, the funny thing about this as well is both their AD carries are different styles on top of this one. So not only do you no longer have to contest jungle picks, but Makler has only been playing the hyper carries of late. It was a bunch of Twitch last time around, but also you know, with Tristana and Kog in there, he might play those. But Z's has always been playing lane bullies, the Lucians, the Corgis, the Ezreals. So you have this weird thing where I think the bot lane's uncontested on both sides, and so you have to look for where you actually look for picks here, and it's going to be the Maokai top lane for Joki's, and the Cinder taken away by What the Fox.
And this is going to be the first Lucian that we've seen since the rework here in the Challenger scene, or I guess in any Riot tournament.
And it's going to be fun to watch, man. 500 range Lucian. This is the live Lucian, so the E got nerfed by 4 seconds, but it's still plenty powerful.
Also, the fact that it doesn't have the removal of movement speed effects is pretty big too.
Well, we saw Lulu hovered over. That slow is plenty powerful even after the nerf, so keep that one in mind. Top lane Maokai going to be a bunch of fun. Rengar jungles we talked about. The early Leona lock-in is interesting to me because it's not that crazily heavily contested, but it's been picked so early on. Libic really wants some engage power.
Well, there's a lot of engage power here from Reason Gaming in the overall if they do lock in that Ahri, because they're going to have the Maokai who has multiple forms of CC peel and also moving forward. Then you're going to have Leona to start those fights or to follow them up, and Ahri, which has been locked in here, to help assassinate the backline and just pick somebody off, or if they're out of position, hit him with a charm.
That's true. Well, this is going to be cool. There, Graves does come through. Graves got buffed. His rank 2 and 3 ultimate deal a little bit more damage now. So he's one of those great backline bursty guys. And this makes a lot more sense now with Leona being grabbed here, because you've got this heavily aggressive team who can jump to the backline and blow people up. This is what Graves is made for, is helping people get to the backline. Now, interestingly enough, Smitty is actually going to be playing this top lane Riven. Used to play it as a counterpick to Gragas, but apparently works well against Maokai too.
Yeah, the fact that it's going to be a Riven into a Maokai, I want to watch that matchup, because Smitty, it is his most played champion on that Riven, and we saw him excel, even going 0-4 in the early game versus a Gragas. He was still able to 1v1 him. So having a very attack-oriented champion versus Maokai, and I was listening to people last night who were playing in 60-minute game Maokai. So if we can't kill him, it takes us literally 20 seconds to kill a Maokai, and they don't have a tank on SKP currently.
Oh, wow, yeah, who's going to absorb the damage even? It's going to be, I feel like it's pretty split push focused then. You talked about the Riven going 0-4 a couple series back. That was him getting camped by the TF on the other side. Was pulling 1,000,000 minutes of jungle attention. Still was able to bully the matchup, and the rest of his team did stuff elsewhere on the map. SK Prime, again, we talked about them. They won Summer 2, like, literally a week ago. Less than that, and they've been incredibly strong. Reason Gaming actually going to let Lee Sin go. Zayu's going to play Elise for himself here. So Lee Sin goes completely untouched. It's the new slightly nerfed Elise coming in here, and we're going to have some pretty fun matchups.
Yeah, and they did win about 4 days ago. They won the Summer 2, but then they ended up losing the tiebreaker to Gamers 2, and that's why they ended up being the 4th seed instead of the 3rd seed here for SK Gaming Prime.
Yeah.
So that's going to be important coming into this, because they've beaten H2K. They've beaten NIP. Can they beat Reason Gaming, the team that ended up getting 4th place in Summer Series 1? Because They lost to a third place team.
It's true. I mean, you would expect based on results, based on beating those really top dogs in here, that they would do very well. SK Prime, though, very assassination focused, no tank, as you mentioned. Reason Gaming, really good at initiating fights. And that, to me, is a little bit troublesome. When you've got this really sort of kitey assassin team where you're not trying to fight a 5-on-5 battle, you're trying to get away from people, fight your isolated matchups, let that Riven win her 1v1. Normally, you're like, okay, well, cool, the rest of us will hide, we'll just wave clear, it'll be all right. Lucian, Syndra can clear minions. But because you've got this Leona, because you've got this Maokai, because you have this Wei in the Ahri as well, the Graves to follow up, Reason Gaming can say, screw that, tower dive. And I think it's going to work. I feel like it'll be very difficult for SK Prime to get away from all the engage of Reason.
Yeah, they have to kind of get away with the game very early on in order to close it out, because there is a little bit of a timeline on this comp. Unless the Rengar goes very tanky, or he goes assassin build, and they just try to snowball it right off the bat. Those are kind of their win conditions here, is can we snowball this, can we catch people out early, and then transition into the late game before the enemy team gets that late game point.
That's true. You've got this weird sort of mix of, like, timing windows going to be different. One team's going to be above the other. And then I think it also just comes down to, can you force your kind of game? Right? Is your split push so good they have to react to it, that their siege can't break your base down in time? Then you've got to go fight that Riven now. You've got to go fight that Rengar now. I know there's a couple of junglers where if they get a couple early kills on jungle Rengar, they'll just become split pushers.
Oh, yeah.
They'll almost ignore their own jungle and be like, 1v1 me, dog, and no one can.
Yeah, and the big thing with Rengar, too, is you can actually kind of bully him around in the jungle pretty hard, and the fact that they took Elise here for Zayu, he may just do exactly that. Find him in the jungle. He has no escapes. You hit him with a cocoon, and he flashes away. You can still repel to him and do more damage or finish him off at the end.
That's true. Slightly changed repel. A little bit lower range overall, but still a very strong skill and slightly narrower cocoon.
Yeah, I think overall the nerf to cocoon was about 100 range, like 925 to 825 using the old system. It may be slightly more than that, but it definitely feels a little less. The thing with cocoon, though, is that the width of it was reduced, which means it's a little harder to hit, but now you can kind of thread it through minions easier if you are right on point.
That's true. Also keep in mind, like, even if a skill shot had literally 0 radius, you can still collide it into the enemy model. It's not like it would be unhittable either way, so you have to think about radius nerfs or width nerfs with a grain of salt here, because you can always run into the champion regardless. And the early trinket game comes out. Reason Gaming just go for the line of scrimmage.
So another thing here is no exhausts. There is an Ahri on the team of Reason Gaming. And DFG did take a cooldown increase by about 50%. Went from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. We'll see if he goes for that item, because some Ahris do neglect it.
See which build he goes for. Reason Gaming trying to make a play around here with the red buff. Problem is they're on top of a trinket ward. Yeah, okay, they left in good time. I don't believe... Maybe they did see SK Prime. They pinged that one out right there. Maybe they saw SKP just around the wall here. Looks like Zaitan and Z's want to cheese these guys level 1, though, waiting around near the front of their lane. They don't want to show that they're leashing for this Rengar. In fact, neither team showing a leash.
Yeah, no false leashes either.
Now, level 2, too important for this bot lane here. You're just going to see the damage come out.
Actually,
Libby's going to get the first minion there.
Smitty was a little delayed to lane, so it may tell Reason Gaming or give them the idea that kick has started on the blue side.
That could be all kinds of fun and interesting here. We'll see if that ends up being the case for these guys. They jump on in. They find Z's. Good bit of damage here. The Graves follow-up works pretty nicely.
Yeah, Z's does get chunked down to about half HP, though. He's going to have to use his potion. And Mockler not even close to using his just yet.
Well, and of course, both supports also saved 1 charge on a Relic Shield to give extra sustain during the second wave. You're going to see both these guys healing their teammates back up. But ooh, that was so close to re-engage, but level 2 comes in. Libby takes a good bit of damage. Flayed back in as well. Wow. Jeez. Got big damage there.
He's getting chunked down. Granted, he has a lot more potions or biscuits in his inventory to sustain himself. So it's back and forth in his bottom lane. I'm loving the lane bullies.
It's a whole bunch of fun, man. And also, they're really short range. It's 525 and 500 here. And they're just kind of battling back and forth there.
Gotta be in the face.
Yeah, it's pretty much all in the face, and they're melee supports basically as well. So this is a fun duo lane to watch regardless. Actually, wow, Libic burned his charge on a melee minion. Didn't want the cannon.
I know we love watching this, but jungler's looking for ganks.
Well, hold on though, because Mockler got hooked up and played in. They go to look at Z's. Look at that Libic by walking forward. Boy burns his heel really early. Mockler, that was weird.
Zayu is coming down from the side though.
Oh my gosh, can they make this fight though? Libic, does he have the stun for this ignite? Comes down onto Z's.
Cocoon!
Has flash heal, flashes the cocoon. Q comes out and Z's is gonna get saved. Hook does not land.
So close there. The cocoon from the Fog of War, he actually got spotted out because as soon as you walk past that little gap, you'll be able to see it. So Z's, good reaction time there with the flash.
All right, stun comes out onto Ari as well. Take Fun actually pretty far behind on What the Fox. Zayu comes to salvage this lane here though.
No ward there for What the Fox. He's not going to see this gank coming.
Okay, there we go. Into melee range. The Q is going to land.
Oh,
Flash
flashes into it.
cocoon. Oh, the charm does not hit though, and What the Fox is going to get away.
Wow, so the charm, little short on that one, but good ganks from Zayu to just be all over the map.
Yeah, good stuff by Zayu. He has been burning some of his health for this one. It's unfortunate that Take Fun burned his for nothing.
Wow.
Getting ourselves to a pretty
Smitty's-
equal game. Smitty pushing around Jokies.
He's already backed once on Joki's side. It's the longsword potion start here that's keeping Smitty's
Hook on the
Mockler.
Mockler burns his
He
flash
gets the
side
hook!
and flash hook lands. In he goes. First blood to Z's and now Libic forced to run away, but Zaitan has play right now. He's gonna land that. Libic's got nowhere to go. Still has flash. He's gonna use it. And he gets away. Nice timing to land the stun, then flash away.
Z's holding on to his heel, so he'll still have that, not being greedy and using it for movement speed at the end.
All right, man. This bot lane, though, SK Prime, Order doing well there. The top lane also pretty nice as well. In fact, every lane really holding a lead.
If he gets a stun, he'll land a bola, but Take Fun going for the last CS.
Good juke on the Bola, though. Lands a stun from the Syndra, though. I feel like you go for the Syndra stun first. I think it's easier to land.
Yeah, the thing is, Kikis got seen out there by being a little too far forward. He is a little behind in levels. Granted, Rengar, you want 6 as fast as possible.
Yeah, you do. He's one of those farm junglers. Has his Madrid's Razors, though, which now track if you have enough Feral Flare stacks. So we'll see if he actually converts that when he gets to 29 or not. But it will give him some more clear speed as he goes towards 6. Level 4 right now on both junglers. Joki's going to take some time to push. Double Doran's Blade and that early longsword for Smitty, though. He really wants to blow this lane out. Take Fun. Stunned away. Not having a good time in this lane.
And Watafox, when we saw him up against Alex Each over in the finals, he was astounding. I remember the intro to that was people thought that Watafox was such a good mid laner that he would be able to take on Alex Each and that Alex was past his prime. He kind of said that. He kind of made that statement with his play. And here today, he's already 13 CS up over the Ahri. He's forced him back, and he's just got this lane advantage from the get-go.
What the Fox absolutely playing a great game, and he's been playing really well this entire series here. One of the things I love about Challenger Series is you get all these unsung heroes and these guys who show up kind of out of nowhere. I mean, you think to, oh, hold on though. Kikis. Uh-oh, Smitty J gonna land a bit of a stun if he can. There's the Bola landing as well. Empowered Strike's gonna put in even more root down. Smitty ults. Just the flash wave from Jokies though. It's gonna be another wave into the turret.
Joki's just got back to lane 2, and they see that Elise is middle, so they will not hesitate to dive in. He has to back.
Yeah, look at Maokai running away on the minimap right there, recalling well out of XP range. A lot of free damage coming down on this turret. Good gank by Kikis. Doesn't have to be a kill. It's a burn, flash, and a bunch of free turret damage. Oh, good play to knock back Libic, though. Gonna dodge the hook. Here comes Zayu. Force him away, and just gold gained.
Well, they do also get the teleport out of Joki's.
And it's a pretty bloodthirsty game over on this one, though. Joki's did TP back to get into his lane with full health, and basically only a Ruby Crystal added, so he has not gained much since that first recall here.
Yeah, he does not have his Catalyst just yet to work towards that Rod of Ages, so he's not going to have that extra burst of sustain when he levels. It's going to be a problem here against Smitty.
Yeah, I think life's going to be pretty painful overall for this Reason Gaming top lane, and we'll see if they can salvage this one around. Again, great plays by Zaitan. He's been playing great. Lantern comes out. Z is going to stay safe. Really nicely done. Stunner to Take Fun, though. Level 7 here. Ulti comes out. Take Fun will survive for now. Another QW would kill, but not going to stay in range.
He does. He has it now.
Oh. No flash, but he has Ignite. If What the Fox lands a stun, he could go for this.
He held on to that Ignite too, but Take Fun has Spirit Rush available.
He's got to dodge these Qs like this, though.
He has some mobility options available to him. Kikis just hitting 6, and that's all he does. He wants the 6, and now he's going to roam. He doesn't even finish off the camp he was working on. He pops the ulti.
Take Bump gets done. There's the bullet. There's the leap. There's the first Spear Rush. Tries to get away, but a last auto attack and Ignite are going to do it. Another route onto Zayu here. And he's forced to walk away. 2 kills now, SK Prime. They come in as the higher seed, and they just won Summer 2, and they are looking like it.
That's why you throw the bola early.
Beautiful stuff. Z's got to be careful. Has to walk away. Couldn't quite run into the Lantern. Maybe some good re-engage. Machler Libic now. The Ignite goes on to Graves. He does have heal. There's the culling, but it's blocked largely by Libic. The hook's not quite going to land. They're going to stay safe on that one. But again, the bot lane forced away. Kickass also counter jungling here against Zayu. He actually got the blue buff. Taking
complete advantage of the fact that they had killed the mid laner and the bottom lane had no HP left. So great move there to capitalize on those tiny advantages in lane.
And SK Prime are just everywhere. I don't know how you handle this. They're seemingly better individually, and they're just going for the full court press. Good push in by Libic, though. There's a solar flare into the cocoon. So much damage. The Ignite is on. His summoner heal is down. Z's. Oh, he lives with 6 health, though.
Wow, and then flashing at the end there. Would have been a little embarrassing if you flash and then die, but he had calculated that out. It wasn't going to kill him.
Beautiful stuff. Then Z's is alive. Used to name the team after him, but Reason Gaming, they really want the way back in. They're going to go for this Dragon off the recall. Low health, low mana, but they got to take this.
A really good play to do this and try to get themselves back in the game. They know Syndra's back. They know the bottom lane is back. The 6 HP Lucian isn't going to be a threat. And the fact that they also know that Kickass was low getting the blue, he just backed as well.
Wow, so look at that great Dragon there by Reason Gaming, knowing people were gone. Blue buff even going to Watt to Fox at the same time. So Reason back in this a little bit, only down 1,500. And they can maybe claw their way back in. But these lanes are looking pretty rough. Kickass goes to rejoin the mid lane. There's the root, landed on to take fun. Stun's gonna land. There's no way you survive that one. What the fuck did not even have to ult there.
Kickass is really good at Rengar because you want to throw the bola before you leap. Are they gonna land this hook?
Ooh, well, got flashed. Zaythan is not mad life.
They're wrapping around though.
Uh-oh. Now, Machler knows better than to stay for this one. Play is going to land. Fox comes out. There's a 2-second stun. He had no way of getting away from this one. Burn Summon or heal. SKP now. Actually, they're going to re-engage, though. Libic wants this fight, but this is pretty greedy here. The rest of the team, though, still behind, so SKP might not have the damage they need to kill the mob. Libic's still running away. Kickass has the root. He can't quite land it. Good dodge by Libic.
Wow. Just a lot of pressure here. Team of SKP just pushing up. They are past the tier 1 turret, and they are looking so good in this early game with CS advantages in every lane.
Man, SK Prime, just they are crushing down the line. The only lane that's even close, and it's hard for me to even say this, is that bottom lane, but the fact that there's been so much kill pressure really tips that a different way. The turret's already down. There's already the first blood gold and disease. So even though CS is equal, there's just a big inequality there.
SKP are looking so good since Summer Series 2 and the pickup of Kickass. They picked him up and they really just fixed all of their problems with his shot calling. You saw them in the post-game interview against NIP. Kickass' shot calling is exactly what they needed, and he's making more calls, going for take.
He's already there. He does finally dodge the bola, though. Cocoon will get taken by a minion, and SKP not going to find the hook either. Zaytan gets the flay, though. Flash forced by Zayu. What the Fox lands the Q, though, and no matter what, these kills keep showing up.
Kickass just making plays, forcing them, and now 4 members of SKP are in the mid against 3 from Reason Gaming. This turret is going to take some damage.
Man, SKP put together a really sweet lineup, though. This bot lane is doing great 2v2, and this Rengar Syndra combo is scary.
Smitty's wrapping around right now. He's coming from the side. It's going to be a 5-on-3.
He's got the ulti. He gets pinged out, though. Looks like he's not going to find his way into this fight just yet, but mid lane outer turret goes down. That makes it a 3,000 gold lead for SK Prime.
Wow, the push here. Smitty, no, I wouldn't recommend playing Riven into Maokai or Riven into Gragas, but the way he plays it and the way he knows this champion, his most played little baby up there, he knows how to handle these matchups.
Yeah, the thing is, he says it's a counter pick, man, and I believe it here at this point. It's been good stuff for the man.
I think Smitty just thinks Riven's a counter pick to everything.
Maybe he does, but you know what? If you're winning the matchups,
yes,
I'm just going to believe you.
His aggression, like, a thing with counter picks, though, is you have to know how to play them and when to be aggressive in the matchup. You can't just pick the champion and be like, all right, I won because I'm in that champion against this champion.
That's true.
So Smitty knows his timing windows. And the fact that Riven casts so many spells, Maokai would heal a bunch, but that's not the case here. He's timing it perfectly, and he knows when to go aggressive and use his abilities.
Look at that. Gets right away from the cocoon. Doesn't have to dodge. It goes faster than the spell comes out. And he's plenty safe. Libic and Machler.
Kickass looking bottom.
Yeah.
Spotted?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that ward did see him.
the ulti come out.
What a great ward by Livic there. Lets him walk right away. Kickers goes, guys, what? Where'd you go?
Nope.
Aww. It's a sad kitty.
Okay, he's gonna get his red buff though.
Okay.
Consolation. He's not as sad as he normally would.
It's a happier kitty. He's ferociously killing a lizard. All right. He's got a new rep to play with.
Takefun's gonna have the needs on the League Rail.
Oh.
And 3 members now in his mid lane, trying to shut down Watt to Fox. He's 30 CS up right now over Takefun.
Oh my gosh, dude, just everywhere. This is just like such a great game of SK Prime.
Lose up. Guess who has the timer? Both teams.
Both teams. We're gonna have a bit of a battle here for this one. 14 minutes in. Kickus gets a ward down. He's gonna be able to see what's going on. Looks like his bot lane's here first, and you can see that Reason Gaming pretty well forced away. They've got no vision of this really anymore at all. And that is a blue buff over to Wata Fox. SK Prime doing a really good job saying, guys, his buff's gonna be up. Be ready for it. Kickus already got 5 ferocity, and he walked his way over.
Mockler sitting in this bush. That is not a smart place to be.
Yeah, he's gonna have to hide. Kickus wants the root. Good juke by Mockler. Ulti by Z's not gonna do too much to him.
They got damage on him though. That might force him to not be as effective if a fight does break out, but there's only him versus 3 members in the bottom of SKP. They're gonna get this turret.
Yeah, he has got no teammates, so SK Prime, nice rotation. They show up bot lane, just the 3 members, but it's enough because no one's there to defend. And now Smitty says, you know what? Push the waves in. Jokies is holding alive, but that turret is nearly dead in the top lane.
The ward control here might get a hook.
Hook's gonna land on a Livic. There's the box. There's the play into it, but Z's got to be real careful. Can he get himself out? Yes, he can, but it's flash already down. Livic gonna get jumped on. Oh, he gets the kill. Ignite is burning, and he's actually still alive. That was a fight that Reason Gaming has won so far, but down goes Mockler. And now What the Fox gotta be careful. Zayu is there. Good damage comes out. Bullet's gonna land first, goes back across. They trade 1 for 1, and in comes Jokies. Can he chase any more kills down? So far, it's 2 for 2.
Smitty's trying to get away from this. Thresh is coming back now, so Zaitan is now here.
Looks like Livic's gonna be okay for now. Just chilling in the sun, he's gonna recall pretty safely, but it's still a 4,000 gold SK Prime. They are completely not letting up this game.
It's a big bloody fight. Those are the first 2 kills of the game for Reason Gaming.
Yeah.
That is how badly this game has been going for them in terms of just control of their jungle, even their own jungle.
Yeah.
Ward coverage allows this play to happen. Zaitan gets the hook to start it off. Z's isn't a huge factor in this fight, but Kickus uses his ultimate just so he can jump over the wall there, and I love that Z's gets sniped. This all just happens because, 1, you don't have vision control. 2, the TP from Smitty is so much earlier than the TP from Jokies. Maokai doesn't even join that fight until all of his team members are either dead or low, and he's the only factor left.
Ooh, but Reason, they actually managed to get themselves a dragon, but Zayu goes down right away, and in comes Smitty Che. A lot of damage comes down. Double kill now as Jokies tries to turn tail and run. But Kickus is on the hunt. There's the ulti popped, and this is going to be all kinds of scary. Triple kill now for the Riven.
Still gets it.
There's the root on the Takefun. They are chasing down. Will Smitty get it? Yes, he gets the Quadra. Now Zaitan on the chase. No, Scumbag Mockler flashes away. Only a Quadra kill for the Riven, but 5-0-0 is impressive.
After the Dragon going over to Reason Gaming, SKP gets so much off of that. 4 kills, and they're most likely going to get a turret off the back of this as well.
And they've got a lot of sort of room to play with right now. Only 17 minutes in, those respawns, to be honest, they're fairly short, but these minions die so darn fast. And it's a 5,000 gold lead. Here comes the turret push.
This is how well Smitty's been doing in this game. He's level 11, 140 CS, and he already has his last Whisper and Brutalizer completed. And he just got 4 kills on top of that. He has a lot of gold in his pockets ready to spend.
And I like the build he went for. This is kind of off the 4.10 changes on Doran's Blade, where they have lifesteal now. But it kind of allows him to not get any of that Vamp Scepter, Bloodthirster, or Ravenous Hydra items, and just go straight for the Armor Pen that really increases damage a lot. I actually like this build a lot.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of armor on the team to shred, but the fact he's going to shred base armor.
Whoa, What the Fox going to get completely exploded. Great ulti comes out of Graves. And here comes Smitty, though, going for round 2 on this one. Zayu flashes away and stays alive. Never mind. That is the Culling bringing 1 back. Mockler very low, but it's a 2 for 1 overall. Better for SKP.
SKP looked like they were going to get the bad part of that trade, but Takefun ends up getting out with just a little bit of HP, and so does Mockler. They're going to get this inhibitor turret 18 minutes in the game. That's so short.
What a crazily one-sided game so far, man. 12 kills to 3, gigantic 8,000 gold lead. 18 kills in, your inhibitor turret goes down. This is an incredibly crushing game by SK Prime.
Because we've seen bigger gold leads at the 18-minute mark, but the big thing is just the objective control, the pushing, and then the team fight prowess that we've seen from SKP all game long. They aren't excelling in kills too much. Like, they have about 10 more, but the big thing is they keep warding up the jungle so they can keep the pressure on. They aren't sitting on their hands.
No, they are just completely playing aggressively, always making very smart choices down the line. Kickus 1-0-5. You know, make fun of American players for being not great at Rengar. Kickus has got this champion locked in pretty well.
Well, his build, too, he went for the Madrid, sitting on that. He went for his Ionian Boots of Lucidity.
Yep.
Then he went Hex Drinker, and now he's getting more cooldown reduction with the Kindle Gem.
There's a lockup, though. Takes one, trying to get away, does not tank the Riven ulti. So Smitty, though, trying to chase down the 1v2. Can he get some more damage down? His Q is back up. Wants to get in. Great charm, though. He's going to land lockup a bit longer. Lytic, though, is going to go down. Smitty just shields everything away. Take fun's like, you know what? I'm going to run from this one.
Yeah, they just get chunked down every rotation of a spell from Smitty. It's ridiculous how much damage he's doing this early in the game. It is 19 minutes in, and he is bursting people with about 1,400 HP.
And there's the inhibitor at 19:28 into the game. Jokies now tries to go back into this fight, but the ulti comes in, repelled by Zayu just barely, but it's going to be too much for him there. And it's going to be Jokies trying to get this kill. He's healing, but it's not quite enough. More kills come through. I believe that's 2 solo kills for the Fox in a 1v2. A lot of dead members now of Reason Gaming. Rengar jumps in onto Limit, gets the root in place. There's the culling as well. Great hook. The damage comes through. Godlike Smitty J. Now Take Fun also getting exploded. Double kill again for this Riven. 8-0-2. What a crushing game. 20 minutes in, and the inhibitor, next turrets are both falling. SK Prime look incredibly dominant, and they're going to take game 1.
They are showing that when they beat H2K and NIP, it was not a fluke, and they are here to play, and they have their eyes on the LCS.
Man, SKP come in as the 4th seed overall, but they look like the best team in Challenger right now. These guys are ludicrously good.
Yeah.
20 minutes into the Nexus against a team this strong. Most of these guys have played in the LCS before. Like, all I can do is sort of fanboy over how damn strong this team is. Their lane's crushed. Smitty's got an awesome champion pool. Kickus sure as hell knows how to play Rengar. And What the Fox is great still.
So I'm sitting here, and I'm kind of thinking back to Summer Series 1. They had Gilius in the jungle. They kind of look like a disarrayed team. They didn't get very far.
Yeah.
And they couldn't accomplish a whole bunch. Then they took Gilius out, and then they brought in Broken Shard.
Yeah.
They seemed very aggressive, but not very calculated. They bring in Kickus, very controlled, calculated style. He's not aggressive unless he knows that they have the vision to make the play and that they're able to come out on top.
Yeah.
I love his style, and he usually has this weird intuition or game sense where he knows where the other jungler is going to be based on timings and also kind of knowing their personality.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge key here for Kickus is his control style and how it makes the team just to have huge plays that seem very aggressive, but it's always like we knew we were going to come out on top from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have looked incredible. I don't think they've lost a game since getting Kickus that I can remember anyway. I might be forgetting like a semifinal game, but they did the finals.
I think they went 2-1 against H2K.
2-1 to H2K. All right, so H2K at least put up a fight against them, but realistically, SK Prime have been making great moves the entire time, and you had Smitty J crushing the one-on-one at the top lane. The Riven sort of, I'm going to just say counterpick just because he got to pick it second. He decided it was a good matchup, so I'll assume this is the logic here. And it's not a champion other people know. The Riven counterpick obviously worked very well. He crushed the lane. We saw him dominant in CS most of the time. Nearly picked up a pentakill in one of the cleanups.
Well, here's the thing, too, is if you look at like Joki's ending items,
yeah.
Rod of Ages, Doran's rings, he finally finished his boots, and now he has a chain vest.
Yeah.
He got nothing going for himself. And you look at Smitty. Brutalizer, Hex Drinker, Last Whisper, Ionian Boots Lucidity, Double Dorans.
Yeah.
He's on 3 items, I guess 1 completed item, 2 parts of main items, and then you look at Joki's, he's got 1 item, Rod of Ages, that didn't get stacked up or even close to stacked up because the game ended 20 minutes in. Just the aggression, and when we talked about their win conditions coming in, crush the other team if you're SKP because you have Rengar, you have Riven, You have Lucian. You also have the Syndra in the mid lane. As soon as you hit 6, they kept peeking these ganks, these picks, and it worked out perfectly for them.
It's true. They really do play their playstyle and champ select as well. I remember we mentioned at the very beginning of the game, Z's just keeps playing lane bullies. Lucian, Graves, Corki, Ezreal, just all these guys who have great spell damage early on, do a bunch in lane. And that's the entire game plan. It's, look, get all your lanes in a dominant situation, have all your lanes win, because you're going to follow Kikis when he invades and steals their blue buff or goes for this dragon or whatever. They're going to keep that stuff going. They get lanes that win early on. Again, Syndra, a great lane bully, as you're pointing out. This Riven matchup is well working well for them. So it's just sort of down the line. Aggress early on, make better plays than your opponent, outskill them, and then capitalize on these advantages. Now, right now, they're not fighting equals in skill, it seems.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, too, is when you have people and you're like, okay, we can just outskill them, that's usually a very typical challenger strat that we see, where you see 5 members of a team who are like, we're just better than our lane opponents, so we don't need actual map skill or map plays to win the game, because they leave and they're like, okay, we're out of the laning phase, we have 30 CS in all lanes above our opponents, let's just push and win because we have more gold. Here it's like, how do you play the map? How does your jungler influence the early game? How does your mid laner roam? Or what does he do to contribute early on? So those are the types of plays that I see SKP making that really just put them on a whole new level.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, keep in mind, like, the average game time is like 34 minutes for like LCS challenges around there as well, like the live games around there as well. So it's like, you can have these games where it's like, yeah, we're better than you, we win our lanes, and it's still a 30-something minute victory because you're just going to do the same split push stuff and wait around. Maybe you'll take a dragon, maybe you'll go for a Baron. I don't even think SKP got a dragon this game. Like, I'm pretty sure the dragons were Reason Gaming getting them off of really interesting timings. There was a bot lane fight where SKP got pushed out. One time, What the Fox was getting blue. We came back from a replay, and it was Reason Gaming getting dragon and trying to run out. Like, I don't even think SKP tried to take neutral objectives. I think they just pressured their lanes the entire time and stole buffs. And like, how are you gonna be useful as Ahri when you never get a blue buff? It's stolen the entire time. You're down 30 CS in lane. You don't even have like a completed item outside of an Athene's. Athene's double Doran's boots 1. Like, that is not an assassin.
Yes, and then you look at Wat the Fox, Athene's, boots 2, needlessly large rod, blasting 1. He almost had his Rabadon's done. Yeah,
if you had recall, that was Rabadon's done.
Yes.
So he's like a full item up right there. So all I can really say is SKP, they are crashing in our early game leads. They are playing for the opponent's objectives more so than neutral objectives. Now, maybe that is something that bites them in the end if they're not controlling Dragon well, if they're not controlling their own recalls to see when they're getting behind. That could be weakness. That could be something that these guys of Reason Gaming can manipulate. And maybe they can find lanes that work. Because I do want to point out as well, Mockler and Libic did hold up in the 2v2. They actually held up in CS. There was the 1 kill, but otherwise they held up just fine. So I think there's glimmers of hope here. We'll see if these guys can do it. We're going to have to find out in Game 2 in this best of 3, though. Our first quarterfinal game is in the books. Going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's time for Game 2 between Reason Gaming and SK Gaming Prime. Stick around. There's more Challenger action coming your way. Seemingly better individually, and they're just going for the full court press. Good push in by Libic, though. There's a solar flare into the cocoon. So much damage. The ignite is on. His summoner heal is down. Z's. Oh, he lives with 6 health, though. There's the ulti popped, and this is going to be all kinds of scary triple kill now for the Riven. There's the root on the take fun. They are chasing down. Will Smitty get it? Yes, he gets the Quadra. And here comes Smitty, though, going for round 2 on this one. Zayu flashes away and stays alive. Never mind. That is the culling, bringing 1 back. Rengar jumps in onto Libic, gets the root in place. There's the culling as well. Great hook. The damage comes through. Godlike Smitty J. Now take fun. Also getting exploded. Double kill again for this Riven.